that little gem right there. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So I bought a stolen engine by accident. Look at all that spray paint on the outside of the engine. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. A little cold in here. I've got some stuff to unload in the truck. You can see the 400 sitting behind me. Give me a few minutes and then let's have a chat. So as you guys can see, I've got some wood on the bed of the truck there. I want to go ahead and get that unloaded, get the heater going because it's a little bit cold in here, and then we can talk about that little gem right there. Alright guys, so we got the truck unloaded. I wanted to show you guys this awesome deal I got tonight. So I wound up selling a bunch of Banshee parts last night, and I got in touch with a guy today who happened to have this motor. His name was Donnie. He was a super nice guy. Donnie, if you're watching this, thank you so much for the great deal on this engine. Guys, what I have sitting here below me is a 1999 Kawasaki ZX9R. That's a 900cc 4-cylinder crotch rocket race beast motor machine. These things make all kind of incredible power throughout the entire RPM range. Now I know the ZX10R, that was what they considered to be the Widowmaker, but the ZX9R was right behind the ZX10R in production, and this bike did every bit of 160 mile an hour straight from the showroom floor. Now what's so special about this engine? Well, that's what I bring you guys here to this video to talk about. So he wound up getting the engine out of a crashed bike up in New York from an impound lot. If I remember correctly, he told me it sat there for about 2 years before he was able to purchase it. And looking this thing over, I know there's some really ratchet things going on here. Now the engine itself looks great. There's no bent valves, it turns over freely, it wasn't sitting outside, there's no rust in the cylinders, nothing crazy like that. I've never heard it run, but I know it will run. I have a ton of experience with these crotch rocket motors and their ability to take abuse. For those of you who were early members of the channel, you would have saw my Gixxer 1000. I did a swap. I had an 05 motor, put it into an 03 chassis. That bike got wrecked. The whole front end got taken off of that bike. And that motor still ran with 30,000 plus miles on it. That thing sounded amazing. So I have confidence that this thing will perform just as well for me. So let's take a better look. All right, guys. So here is the ZX9R engine. I've been looking at this thing for about a week. Talked to Donnie yesterday. Went and picked it up tonight. I paid $200 for this thing. And like I said, I looked it over quickly. There doesn't look to be anything wrong with it. The oil is drained out. For those of you who are going to yell at me for having the engine on its face like this, it came with everything needed to make it run, which I originally thought it did not come with those things, but it did. As you can see, the exhaust sitting in the background there. They have some interesting flames painted on that thing. It looks like they might have done that themselves, whoever had the bike previously. That's actually a really nice exhaust. I don't know if that's stock or not, but you can see it's like blued. So I think that's stainless steel, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about it. So yeah, looking this thing over, it looks pretty ratchet. You can see paint all over the side cases, all over the place on this thing. And what I'm thinking is, Donnie actually told me The last person who had this, they were running from the cops. Yes, that's right. They were running from the cops. When they were running, apparently they wrecked into a car on a bridge or something like that. Donnie, if you're watching this video, feel free to comment below. Let everyone know what happened, because I can't exactly remember the story to a T. So yeah, he said this bike, they were running from the cops and it wound up getting crashed. Sat for 2 years in an impound. He went and picked it up, got a really good deal on it, and he was gonna fix it up. Let's take a walk over here real quick so I can show you the rest of the stuff. So yeah, you can see here, I have a couple boxes of things. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes of things. That box there, that's just shock for the wrecked bike, but I don't have the wrecked bike. I only have the motor and these boxes and that. So the shocks will probably just go upstairs on the part shelf with everything else, get listed on eBay or something. We'll make a few extra bucks back. I have one box here. I didn't even really look through these boxes that much yet, but see the fork clamp, there's some calipers in here, some mirrors, a brake master cylinder for the front brakes. There's engine case and stuff like, oh, a broken engine case. That makes sense why the sprocket's not on it. The air box, which is really important for this. You'll see in this box here, we have the radiator. It is brand new from eBay. This thing is literally brand spanking new, $100 from eBay. And then we have this box here. This is the good box. This box has the carburetors, the electrical, everything needed to really make this thing run is in here. The switch for the speedometer. There's I think that's a fuel filter or a vacuum advance for the fuel or something like that. But yeah, the kill switch, all the electronics are in here. The carburetors are here. So basically everything needed to make it run. So I know I probably fooled some of you guys with the title picture. Having the 400 in the title picture, it may have fooled some of you guys. So sorry about that. But I don't think I'm going to stick that motor in the 400. I'd like to do a small build series on the 400 like you guys suggested in the last video. But what I brought you here for this video was to talk about that motor. So you guessed it. I want your guys' feedback. I want to know what you guys think I should stick that motor in. Let's talk about the projects here, and then we can talk about what to possibly stick that in. So first things first, the most obvious, you see the 400 is sitting here. I have all of the 400 stuff over here, the bottom end, the top end, the front wheels, the seat, everything I have for the 400 is right here. Plus I have these couple plastics shoved over here in the corner. Then there's also the Mojave. The Mojave would be a good choice because of its short wheelbase and ability to do wheelies with 100 horsepower in the chassis. But what I'd like to do is fix that up and sell it and fund the 400. But you guys can let me know what you think about that. Obviously I have the Banshee. I don't think anybody really wants me to tear apart this beautiful work of art to stick a crotch rocket motor in it because it's already pretty sick the way it sits. So I doubt that anybody's gonna say Banshee. But you have one more that's not here in the shop yet. Now, for those of you who follow me on a regular basis, you would know I have a Chinese ATV sitting out by the shed. Dude, I wanna blow it up. Cue the fake cougar sounds now. It's a kid's quad. It's almost the size of the 400 and the Mojave. It might be the size of the Mojave, but that's what I was thinking. I was thinking we should get that thing running, beat the piss out of it, and then shove this crotch rocket motor into that ATV chat. So you let me know, guys, what do you think? Drop a comment below. I've already got that chassis here. I think we can do minimal work to it, tear it apart and shove this motor in it. Or I could do a fresh build with it, but I've got so many builds going on already that I really don't want to add any more to the plate. But I know the first series to the Chinese ATV video was talking about what motor to swap into the Chinese ATV. Now, a lot of you said 252 strokes, things of that nature. And then there was a couple people who said crotch rocket motor, like a CBR 600 or something like that. So when I stumbled across this, I like to stock motors like this. I can either sell them and flip them and make a few bucks, which I could use to fund the shop and things like that, or fund content to make for you guys, or I can take it and make a build series out of it and make a sick ass project that makes 100 rear wheel horsepower. I'm not exactly sure what the horsepower is of this motor yet. I have to look up the specs and stuff like that. But that's what I want from you guys. Let me know in the comments below. What do you want to see this go into? I have everything to make it happen. I have all the tools, everything I need to shove this into a frame, but I just need to know what you guys think. What would represent the channel the best? What screams stupid fast? when you think about that ZX9R motor. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. I think in the next one, we're gonna start tearing the KFX apart, getting that stripped down. I'd like to take it to the car wash, clean up all the nasty residue in the bottom and stuff, start getting the engine torn apart, and start really diving into this and see what all we need to get on order and get everything in motion with this. So if you like these types of videos, make sure you drop me a like, share, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Cue the fake cougar sounds now.